Cowards summer series. So the theme of this video today is about patience, mental strength, self-discipline, not following the crowd, and persevering and pushing through rejection and all of the challenges and heartaches and the disappointments and the sadness that you've got to go through in order to be successful and achieve your goals and your dreams in absolutely any area of life: fitness, dating, relationships, YouTube, social media, social relationships, traveling, economics, business, education, and so much more. Back to the last video when I was talking about ageism and how age is just a number, and how a lot of people in society will use age as an excuse as to why they won't take action and pursue goals, new challenges, new opportunities, new hobbies, and new passions. So in this video, I primarily want to talk about patience. Now, patience is probably the most boring thing when it comes to most people's thinking, because when you say the word patience, what does that mean? Patience means wait. Patience means not today, not right now. And most people are not interested in anything other than quick fixes. But what I've learned through my life experience, especially in my late 30s, and I'm looking forward to the 40s, is without patience, a man's got nothing. Without patience, a woman's got nothing, because life is going to force you. It's going to require you at so many points in your life to be patient. Everybody wants overnight success. Do you know how many people that have said to me they want to start YouTube channels? And I always encourage people. I never put people down, especially when they want to do something positive. I give them all my knowledge, I encourage them, but very few people have got the patience to stick at YouTube. And you may think to yourself, oh, it's not that hard being a video blogger and making YouTube. As a matter of fact, it's as hard as climbing a mountain. It's as hard as trying to find the right relationship. It's as hard as overcoming bullying. Because if you want to be successful at YouTube, you've got to put so much time in, and you've got to have patience. What most people do is they don't put any effort in at all, and they compare themselves to Logan Paul. And they say Logan Paul's got 20, 30, 40 million subscribers and he's a superstar, and look at me, I'm nothing. But you haven't put the work in. You probably haven't gone through the challenges that he's gone through. And so many other people compare themselves to celebrities. And as soon as you do that, you're finished. You're finished in the sense that you've rejected yourself. Because you can't focus on Logan Paul, you can't focus on Floyd Mayweather, you can't focus on Johnny Berba, you can't focus on celebrities or anybody else in that regard. You've got to focus on what you're doing. You've got to be patient, you've got to put the work in, you've got to enjoy it, you've got to do it when you don't feel like doing it. You've got to accept criticism that comes online. It comes with the territory. The very nature of having your opinion and putting your videos and personality all over the internet, it's always going to come with criticism. Most people haven't got the will, they haven't got the strength and determination, or at least they don't know they have. So when you understand the value of developing patience, you're on another level. You go to another level. And as I said, it's probably the hardest characteristic to master. Everybody loves the other ones, you know, the quick fix methods, the feel good factor, the ones that bring good emotions, but patience usually doesn't bring good emotions. There's a lot of pain with patience, there's a lot of numbness. And that doesn't go, you know, that's not regards to just YouTube and vlogging, that's in absolutely every area of life. Fitness. Most people that want to lose weight, or they want to put on muscle, or if you grew up for the first part of your life like I did, being a skinny kid and being very insecure and embarrassed about that, and I always wanted to put on muscle, and boy, did I get tortured in the process of being impatient. But as I started to give up on forcing it and looking in the mirror every day and saying, why ain't the inches coming on my arms? Why ain't the definition coming? That's when it started coming. So obviously, patience comes with work, but I've got a great new way of looking at it. If you dedicate yourself to something fully and you love it and you enjoy the process and you don't keep thinking about the results and you just love the journey, then it just happens overnight. It's a really strange phenomenon. It's all psychological. It's a bit like when you're in a job that you don't enjoy and you're looking at the clock. A minute is like an hour, it's torture. Like an 8-hour shift feels like months. But when you're enjoying your job and you're not looking at the clock and you're giving it your best and you just get into the flow of it, the day goes like that. An hour is like a second. And this is something that I really wanted to explain to all of you today in this video, because if you apply this in your life, you're going to see unbelievable results. And I applied this in lockdown. A lot of people wrote to me and said to me on live stream, Johnny, how have you coped during lockdown? I said, look, I'm not going to lie, I struggled. Of course, like everyone else, I'm human, but I made myself happy during this time. I learned so many new skills, and I worked on patience. And for the last 2 years, after being so successful on YouTube, I've been failing. No one's really been watching my videos that much. The views went down, the watch time, the subscribers. But I never quit, because I refuse to quit. Because for me, it's true what Teddy Atlas said. For me, quitting is harder for me to live with than continuing through the pain and the pain. I knew I'd turn it around. I knew eventually people would love my videos again, because I'd have something decent to say, or I'd come back in fashion again and start trending. So that's what happens in life. When we're working our goals, we go in and out of trending, because the mind will always play tricks on you and say, they're better than me, he's different, he's going to be successful, I'm going to be left behind. And that's part of the process of developing patience, because you have to not let self-doubt trick you. You've got to develop all these mental attitudes, all this mental toughness, and the only way you can do it is by doing it. You've got to go for it, and you've got to grow for it. Most people don't want to go for it and don't want to grow for it. They want to put a little bit of work in, and if they don't get the results that Logan Paul's getting, or Mayweather, or anyone online, or anyone that's seen to be successful, Anthony Robbins, or someone that you know, or the cool guy that was at your school, and that's just a bad attitude to have. Because what I've found in life is nothing of any value comes easy, and if it does, it's probably not valuable, and you probably didn't earn it, and it's probably going to bite you in the ass at some point. So give up on quick fixes. You know, sometimes it is a mind fuck, sorry my language. You have to say to yourself, you know what, I don't want it. Like, it's not like I want it, but I don't need it. I'm just gonna keep being me, keep enjoying myself, keep being positive, keep treating other people how I want to be treated, and success will come knocking on your door. So it's a funny one. Same with relationships. Like, every single time in my life I've been desperate, needy, fearful, and really wanting a relationship, I never get it. It never comes. Or if it does come, it's the wrong relationship. It comes with a whole sea of problems. But when I say, yeah, I like a relationship, I'd like to meet someone and fall in love again, but I'm not going to depend on it. I'm just going to get on my life, do what I'm doing, enjoy it, be positive, find happiness in the small things, and do the best I can, enjoy my time with family, friends. Someone comes into my life, it's the right person. Happens every time. And I know it's the same for you. These are amazing universal laws in this, this unbelievable experience of life that we live in. And so many wise people have said it, but a lot of the young people today, they don't want to hear it. And some of the older people as well. I'm not generalizing, I'm just making a point of saying patience usually does come with age. So again, I'm not saying every young person's impatient, because you can be old and be impatient. You know, impatience is an anxiety and insecurity. If I don't get it now, I'm never going to get it. And the more you think about that, the further away it comes away from you. And it's in everything, man. It's unbelievable. And even before I was going to make this video, I said to myself, patience won't be that glamorous. You know, I should talk about something else. But I said, no, that's the most important thing that I can think of, a lesson I can give you today in the coward series. So a coward will never want to put the work in. He'll never want to put the work in. You know, I'm not the only one who said this. There's so many other people that have said it. But it's important that I say it, because this is my experience. You've heard David Goggins talk about it. He says, most people don't want to go through the suffering. You know, they want to spend their time in the cookie jar. That's what he says. You know, going through the cookies. They're lazy. They don't want to put the work in. They want the happy feelings. He's right. He's 100% right in my experience. Not just with fitness and running marathons and losing weight and overcoming anxiety and trauma and bullying. These are general things in life. You know, even if most people, if they order from Amazon, they're panicking, they're checking every day. They can't just order it and just forget about it and leave it, so it will come when it comes. And then it comes the next day. So if you've been going through a lot of struggles at the moment and you haven't been getting the results in your dating life or in any area of your life, it's because maybe you're not putting enough work in, and 100% you're impatient, and that's getting in the way of things coming, because you're not thinking right. And if you don't think right, you don't act right. So patience is something that you can master and develop at any age. Men, women, old, young, it makes no difference. It's all about practicing. And most of it, like I said, is about letting go of the stress that you're putting on yourself and the pressure, and enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying something, then move on and find something that you do enjoy. Obviously, these things don't come easy. And that's what started to happen for me lately with my channel. Look, I didn't even think, let me do a few Manny Pacquiao videos and boxing videos and they're gonna go viral. I just said, I love boxing, I love Pacquiao, I love talking about boxing, you know, and I like challenging myself. And I know that some of my viewers are not boxing fans, and that's not initially why I built this channel, but it's all connected. You know, it's all to him, and all of a sudden, you know, the views are taking off, and I've got the whole of the Philippines. I really appreciate the support from the Filipino people and people all around the world. And I've got critics, and it's great. I love the criticism as well. And that's because I went through 2 years of putting videos out and hardly anybody really looking at my videos, a couple of hundred views. And 100 views is great, I appreciate that. But I was getting viral videos several years ago every week. And maybe I got a little bit, I wouldn't say that I was ungrateful, but I got a bit complacent. I expected it. And it was good for me to go through that. You know, succeeding at something, and then 2 years just being basically no one being interested. But I believed in myself the whole time, and I want to encourage you and inspire you, and like I always try and do, demonstrate and be an example for other people so they can see, oh, this guy, he backs up what he says. He doesn't just say all this stuff, he lives it in his life, and he shows results, and he fails as well, but I never give up. Failure equals success. So whatever you're going through, you know, it's just start enjoying it, and then things will come. And that doesn't mean that you just birds, lovely. It's always flying around at this time. It doesn't mean patience is about being aloof and passive in a way where you just walk about. No, you work your fucking arse off. You work your arse off. You make every day count, because life's short. Make every single day count. And obviously, when you take your rest days, you have a rest day, you chill out. But then you come back to it again, you go back to the grind, you work at it. I was saying this in, not the patience bit, but the hard work, I was saying this in the dating industry in 2012. And it changed a lot of people's lives. But at the start, some people didn't understand it. People always asking me, you know, oh, what's the best thing to say to a woman? I say, you're wasting your time on the small stuff. You have to put the work in, you have to practice, you know, you have to be social, you have to face your fears, you have to keep showing up, you have to be consistent. Have you guys noticed how consistent I am on YouTube? Even through all my mental health challenges, even when I was struggling, depressed, I was still pushing videos out. And that's what it entails in anything in life if you want to improve. So when you apply hard work hard, work smart, good attitude and patience, that's a recipe for success right there. So impatience impatience actually, that quality, guys, needy, pushes women away. And same for women, you know, for women that might be struggling, it pushes men away, pushes opportunities away. Because when we're impatient, we start acting inappropriate in the sense that we become desperate, and desperate behavior is never attractive in anything, social media. So you work on it, you work on yourself, and it's, you know, every time you face a fear, you gain confidence. Every time you face a fear, you feel good about yourself, you feel more inspired, you feel more empowered, you feel more encouraged to continue. You have a better outlook and an attitude on others. So I'm telling you, man, it's a real gem. And it's not really out there on social media. You don't really hear people talking about the importance of patience unless they're really grounded and they've got some experience and they understand what that actually means. And I can see now, obviously we're always learning in life, but I can see now where I struggled a lot in my 20s and how things could have been better for me hadn't I known what I know now and I could practice it. So I hope this can reach you at a point where you don't have to go, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe you do have to go through the challenges and suffering to grow, but you understand what I mean. Maybe this can land on your lap and you can apply this so that you won't have to spend time, you know, banging into brick walls and not really understanding why things are not working out. So I would say as well, patience is attractive because it's rare, because most people are impatient in everything that they do. If it doesn't come now, then they give up. And that's what I've seen with the guys that start YouTube. They're talented, they can do it. They've got all the tools, but they don't stick at it. You know, I see it. I even go back sometimes. This is something I do. I go back to see channels of people that I know, or some of you that have started, and I look at the channel and say, you know what, this guy's really good. He's done some good stuff. When's the last time he uploaded a video? 3 years ago. He's quit. He's quit, he's packed it in, he quit because he got impatient. And he was doing well, he had potential. I can see it on his channel, he had a good idea, he's got a good personality, a good person, but he quit because he got impatient and he compared himself to others and he lost heart. Well, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't compare yourself to others. You should compare yourself to who you are today and how you can be better the next day. And there's nothing wrong with getting inspired by people. You can get inspired by Logan Paul and say, wow, look what he's done, and you can apply something to your life. The way I get inspired by Pacquiao, I can't be Pacquiao, that's a losing battle, but I can be the best version of me. I can take bits that I see him doing and I can apply that to my characteristic, and I have done. The way he's relentless in the ring, I've been relentless with YouTube and with motivating people through the good and the bad and in different times. And that's really what it means to be dedicated, to be devoted, to be fully committed, to not fuck about, to be fully serious. And these are all the opposite attitudes of being a coward, because a coward will quit. He'll find age, he'll find excuses, he'll find jealousy, he'll find impatience. There'll be some kind of excuse. Finding an excuse is the most easiest thing in the world. But like I said, you can't go on Amazon and order patience. You can't go into Tesco's and say, can I buy a box of patience? You've got to work on that. You've got to work on your character. And believe me, I hope that all these things, I hope it all goes great for you guys and girls who have watched my stuff. I really appreciate it. So you can see how much better your life is. And so that's the lesson today. That's the summer series. I want to do a bonus video, show my appreciation. And I'm going to keep doing different videos. I will be doing some videos that are strictly dedicated to dating and relationships. I've got a lot of experience with that, and I am going to do some more videos on fitness, as I am in the process of losing weight, getting in shape, and I'm applying patience, and it's going really well so far. So hope all of you are doing good. As always, let's have some conversation in the box below. It doesn't always have to be about this topic. You know, how are you getting on, how are things working out? I'm easy going, whatever. As long as it's positive. If it's negative, then if it's negative, it's still good, because I've got to say, the criticism, it does get the videos out. It does make them go viral. So if people are trying to criticize me or anyone to bring them down, man, you may think you're doing that, but you're actually it's speeding up the process of their success. So I appreciate you doing that, man. Thanks to the trolls and the critics. Without your input, it wouldn't be possible, I guess. All right. So become fearless. Like, share, comment. I'll talk to you next one. And let me know how you get along with that little practice of patience.